Peace. So let's talk for a minute. I already talked this morning, and my podcast on Spotify, it doesn't allow me to be seen. So what I decided to do is that every time I put a podcast up, I'm going to do like a little 10-minute video for you guys here, to kind of give you an insight of what to look forward to on my Spotify podcast, which is called Beyond the Mask. I chose that name because I feel that every single person, male or female, are living behind some kind of mask. Some are aware, some aren't aware. And regardless of the topics that I talk about, life is just always being able to see the mask that we're wearing and who we're wearing it for, and to live more in our authenticity. So this morning, I posted a video on my Spotify episode number 2, which is geared towards you guys being more vulnerable. Poor babies. You guys need to be more vulnerable with yourselves. So I know there's a lot of women's circles, there's a lot of women healing, there's a lot of retreats, there's a lot of women gatherings, there's a lot of women's circles. And women naturally gather together because we are emotional beings. You guys, on the other hand, are very logical. And so, not only are you in a space where you don't allow yourself to open up, you're very logical and step by step action oriented, and sometimes you just have to like jump in. You know what I mean? You guys go through things, and this is just the reality of it. Just with my practice and the business that I have, I hear a lot of stories, and, I have a space for you guys. I really do, because oftentimes we think that men are just these walking warriors. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a certain persona that you guys walk around with in order to uh, shield your truth. And you carry these masks for whoever, whether it's your job, whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's your wife, whether it's your children, whether it's for your employer, whether it's for people that you go around or that you're chilling with, like your friends. But when you're by yourself, that's your true self. That's your authenticity. That's all that you are. Whatever you do in the darkness when nobody is around is your true self. And vulnerability is important, because what ends up happening is that if you are not vulnerable, you suppress all of your emotions and the things that you're experiencing and going through. And then eventually you begin to have health problems, because the body has to extract anything that is not worth staying. And so what ends up happening is that you'll get the signals here and there that something is off. You'll usually go to the doctors, they'll give you medication, cover the shit up. But the majority of everything that you're experiencing starts with this. And it starts to deteriorate your body slowly but surely. And being vulnerable is harnessing the fact that this is me. This is the totality of all that I am. And it's nothing to be shameful of. If anything, it should be something that you guys are constantly diving into on a daily basis. Now, I also understand that as women, we have to be able to create a space in order for you to do that. And, from past experiences, things that you guys have experienced from people that you thought you could trust, relationships, abuse, trauma, and the list goes on, because you guys go through it as well. It's not just women. You've created all these barriers and walls, and most men will end up having ED problems because your body is just shut down. Mentally, it all starts here, and how you think and how you view and what you attach yourself to, and that suppressing. So you basically kind of are in that fight or flight state, and not only does it affect women, but it affects you guys as well. And, it's important to really take your mental health and your spiritual journey as the forefront. And I understand that you have a lot of things that you have to do, but nothing is more important than your mental health and your physical health and your spiritual health. You owe that to yourself. You don't owe it to anybody else, but you owe it to yourself. You have to learn how to be able to be still and to question, why is this making me feel? Why do I feel this way? What is this making me experience in my life? And a lot of the things that you guys suppress it doesn't allow you to fully embrace intimacy in the way that, you're meant to experience it, because you're basically living a lie every single day. You're going against the natural order of yourself because you're not being honest of where you're at and what you're experiencing. And again, as I said, but women also have a responsibility, if you guys engage in women, to um, create the sacred space for you guys. And if you're with someone who hasn't created the sacred space or doesn't honor what you're experiencing or could care less about your emotions, that's where I come in, because I think you guys are beautiful, and whatever's happening in the exterior shield that you guys are carrying, there's this little boy inside of you guys that wants to be loved, that wants to be cared for, and that wants to be able to release any type of shame or guilt or doubt or whatever it is that you have going on. And so, yeah, being vulnerable, if you can't do it with somebody that you trust in your life, and it's unfortunate because some people that are in relationships and marriages, they don't trust them with their emotions and feelings, then you have to find that release through someone. And so I would like to be that person for you guys, to where you can just give me a call or schedule an appointment. Give me a call. Let me know what time slot you want, how long of a session you would want, and whether it's done in person. If you guys are in Florida, in St. Pete, I can probably do like 50 miles is the most I'll do as far as travel. Or we can go ahead and just do it over the phone, and you can begin to allow yourself to release anything that's pinned up that your body needs you to let go of. You know, you're infinite beings with limitless possibilities, but we're constantly limiting ourselves because we're not willing to be open. We're not willing to share. We're not willing to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, or you guys allowing yourselves to be vulnerable. And you may think that right now it's just the easier way to do things, but in the long run it's not, because then you guys end up having either premature ejaculation, or you guys end up having ED, or you guys aren't able to perform well because you're too much into this and you haven't allowed yourself to be here. Regardless of how macho you want to be, you still are made of love. And that is something that needs to be balanced. Be the macho man. Being macho is actually sexy. I love men who are macho. However, I also enjoy men that are emotional intelligent. And emotional intelligence is being able to be vulnerable, take accountability for your bullshit, and, saying, yeah, this is who the fuck I am. And I'm working through this shit, but it's not gonna be overnight. It's gonna take time. And so, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know episode 2 on Beyond the Mask on my podcast on Spotify is up. And you guys can go over there and take a listen. And also, if you guys want to schedule an appointment, you can schedule my confidant session at www.synergyserenity.com. Or if you want to do a healing session, you can just go on there, see what services, prices, and just book your appointment online. All right. And once again, www.synergy, Synergy, Serenity, SERENITY.com. Or just click the link in my bio. Yeah, or if this is YouTube, you guys are looking at this on YouTube, down in my description, it'll be in there. All right. Be vulnerable.